Good day, ladies and gentlemen. So today I want to share with you 3 powerful secrets that I discovered concerning supply and demand strategy. Okay, so this supply and demand strategy secrets that I discovered has helped increase my accuracy when it comes to this strategy from 85% to about 97%. Okay, so this is going to be a game changer for you if you are a supply and demand trader. Okay, so for those that do not know, supply and demand strategy for supply zone. Okay, supply zone is simply a zone where you have a lot of sellers. Okay, you have aggressive selling going on in that zone. So what happens is that you have to draw up your zone. Once you draw the zone, you wait for markets to come back to that zone, then you sell, since you already know sellers are interested in that region. While a demand zone is simply a zone where you have a lot of aggressive buying. So you draw up the zone and you wait for price to come back to that zone in order to buy, since you already know that there are a lot of buyers in that region. So I'm going to be giving you the secrets. There are just 3. Okay, so when I discovered them, I was like, wow. Okay, and I started applying them and I saw how powerful they are. I'm telling you, this is a game changer, so you have to stick with me when it comes to this. Okay, so for those that don't know how to draw the supply zone, you just go to any charts you like. Okay, I prefer using the 5 minutes time frame for this. So you look for, that does not mean you cannot use 15 minutes, it all depends. I can also use 15 minutes if I want. So you look for a place where you have aggressive selling. When I say aggressive, I mean seriously aggressive, like this. You can see consecutive red candles telling you that sellers are not joking around that region. So how will you now draw your zone? How will you draw your supply zone, which is a zone where sellers are interested in? The easiest way to draw it, take it from me, just look at the bullish candle, the last bullish candle before the aggressive selling. That's what you should look at. So you mark out the boundary of the last bullish candle before your aggressive selling, and that's this candle right here. So I'm going to mark out the boundary around that candle, this candle, that blue candle here. On your chart it could be a green candle, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to mark out that boundary right now, and that will be my that will be my supply zone. Okay, so marking it out like this. Okay, so let me extend up to this point. Okay, so I've marked out the boundary. I've marked out the boundary of that particular blue candle. So I'm going to wait for price to come back there, and then I am going to execute a sell trade. Now, secret number 1, for you to know that this your zone you have drawn is not a nonsense zone, you need to follow these secrets. These secrets are the reason why you draw your zone and your zone get disrespected. Secret number 1, the aggressive move, be it selling or buying, coming from your zone must break structure. If it does not break structure, what you have is just a zone that is going to lose money for you, as in it will help you lose your capital. Okay, so for your zone to be a zone that is called a demand or supply zone, the so-called aggressive selling or buying that you saw must break a structure. Now look at this. This is like a support. Can you see? Because it supported this price was coming like this, it bounced from here, so this is a support. So the aggressive selling I saw did what? Broke that structure. Do you see? Secret number 1. These are things people don't look at. Okay, you need a break of structure. Okay, so once you finish drawing your zone, check that so-called aggressive move that you saw. Did it break any structure? Did it break a previous resistance or a previous support? So this one now has passed the secret number 1. Good. Secret number 2 is your what's it called? Just not too far from the zone you have drawn, there should be a fair value gap. Sometimes, even though you don't have a fair value gap, your zone can still work. Okay, but the fair value gap gives that zone an extra, how will I put, I don't know the best word to use, it gives it more accuracy, let me put it that way, if there's a fair value gap there, because generally in forex we know that fair value gaps are usually filled, like they attract price. Okay, if you're an ICT trader, you already understand what I mean and how important fair value gaps are. So let me zoom in and see if there's a fair value gap here. Yes, I have a fair value gap. Can you see that there's a fair value gap here? Because the wick of this candle did not overlap with the wick of this other candle right here. Right here. So definitely there's a fair value gap. So this fair value gap is going to attract price. So that's big thumbs up for this my zone. It gives me more, more confidence that this zone is going to be a good zone that price will come to and bounce off. Okay, so the market is definitely going to sell. Okay, there's a 97% chance that the market is going to sell if it comes back to this zone, just because of these extra secrets I'm giving you. Now for the last secret, let me delete this so I don't have so much stuff, or let me just leave it. Let me leave it on the charts. No, I wanted to delete the fair value gap. Now for the last secret, when price is coming back to your zone, what is the character of price? If price is coming back with aggressive moves without any pullback, there is a high chance that your zone is not going to hold. So this is something else you do not pay attention to. You just feel you have drawn your zone, price should just come back and respect it. What is the character of price? What is the nature of the price movement that is coming towards your zone? There should be at least one pullback. Okay, when price starts moving up, coming to this your supply zone in order to sell. While it is moving up, you can see that it's moving down now. While it starts moving up, I'm still going to talk about this demand zone down here. So this way started moving up. Started moving up from here, okay? Trying to come back to your zone, okay? To that your supply zone. There must be a pullback somewhere so that market will cool off. That pullback makes market cool off. And for the fact that market has cooled off, there is a chance that if it gets to your zone, it's going to do what? Bounce off. But if market does not cool off and the aggressive movement towards your zone just continues without any single pullback, your zone could be blasted away. Like market can just go through your zone without, respecting it. Okay, but if it has rested, like a vehicle that's moving very fast and then slows down, that tells you that the vehicle can reverse or stop. You understand? So that's the same mentality here. Okay, that's the layman way I can explain it. You can see what happened. There was a pullback as it was coming in this direction. It pulled back, meaning it rested a bit. So there's a possibility that if it gets to your zone, it's going to respect it. And what happened? Price came to the zone, okay, filled the fair value gap, tapped into the zone and did what? Downwards movements. You make a lot of money from that. So hope you took note of those three secrets. You can see that price came down. Okay, in the same way I'm going to analyze the supply zone down there for you. I've already drawn it. Okay, so it will be I'll kind of analyze it quite fast, okay, since I've already drawn it. But hope you understand what I analyze for this supply zone. First, you should have a break of structure. Your aggressive move that you saw that made you draw your zone, there should be a break of structure. That aggressive move must break structure. That's one. Two, there should be a fair value gap just before your zone. It tells you that price is going to be attracted to that fair value gap. By consequence, definitely it will then tap into your zone and move in your direction. Three, what is the character of price as it is coming towards your zone? You should have at least one pullback. But there are uncertainties when it comes to forex trading. Exceptions exist. Sometimes it might not have that pullback and it will still respect your zone. But I'm telling you, based on experience, it is better for you to have at least one or two pullbacks. That tells you that yes, price is not coming with so much aggression, to the point that it will just blast through your zone. It is resting along the way. So when it gets to your zone, it can actually turn back, okay, and move in your favor. So you can see aggressive buying right here. So this is the supply zone. Aggressive buying is taking place. You just see blue candles. When you see it like this is what we call serious aggressive buying. So definitely I want to look at the last red candle before the aggression started, the aggressive buying started, and you can see this is the last red candle right here, and this is his boundary from here to here. So I mark out the boundary and then I start checking my zone to see if it's a zone that will be respected or a zone that is just planning to help me lose money. So what do? Is there a break of structure? Where's an horizontal line? I want to depict the what's it called, structure right here. You can see the structure here, okay, that acted like a resistance. What happened? Price broke that structure. So there's a break of structure got broken. So the secret or the rule for break of structure is obeyed. So my zone is looking good. What other thing do I need to look at? I need to check if there's a fair value gap there. Yes, there's a small fair value gap here. Let me copy this so I can draw my fair value gap. Okay, so what do we have? Right here you can see this wick right here, and this other wick here did not meet. Okay, so I have a fair value gap just before my zone, so everything is looking good. So we just have to go and look at the third the third criteria. Okay, how will price move back? Will there be a pullback, or will it just keep coming straight to the zone? We need at least one pullback to feel safer. Okay, so you can see price was coming to the zone right here and pulled back. So it was coming to the zone, started pointing towards the zone, pulled back in the upwards direction. So everything is looking good. Sorry, let me shift it and see. Okay, it's still dancing around. Okay, still dancing around. So there is a lot of movements around. Okay, so that's good for us. Started moving back here. You see this also pulled back again, okay, before coming towards the zone. So this is good. The movement of price is good. We don't want price to just keep moving straight. So this is what you are trying to avoid. I'm trying to avoid a big ugly red candle coming like this, or series of big red candles coming towards the zone without any rest, no pulling, no pullback, nothing. It's just coming. There is a high chance that what's going to happen is going to blast through your zone and go past it. Okay, because such aggression without resting, it has a high chance of disrespecting the zone. But you can see you have a pullback here. There's a blue candle here showing that price rested, okay, then moved sideways a bit, then it came, closed the fair value gap, tapped into your zone. You can see the wicks right here. So it tapped into the zone, and what happened? You have a good trade to the upwards direction. Okay, so basically this is how you draw your supply and demand zone, and I hope you actually got value from the secrets that I shared with you. You can go and do your back testing. If you got any value, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. That encourages me to keep giving you all these my tips and secrets for free. Okay,
let it show.